afternoon, everyone on my channel. Welcome back to Pristine Automotive Designs. My name is Louis Staggers, and today we're going to review the C7 Corvette. Been waiting a little while for this, so first of all, it's a little dirty, so we're going to take it to the car wash real quick. So I'll catch up with you guys when I get there. Alright. Alright guys, let's get this baby clean. Alright, welcome back everyone. So, I just finished cleaning her and she looks so much better now. I mean, so much better. So I'm really glad I got to get that out of the way. So now, let me take you around the 2014 C7 Corvette. Now, this happens to be one of two of my favorite Corvettes. The C7 and the first generation Stingrays are my two favorites. And I believe that was 1967. So, some beautiful things about this car. Let's start with the wheels. 5-star wheels, can't go wrong with that. I mean, it looks beautiful. 4 piston in the back. I believe 6 piston brakes in the front. I believe so, yeah, that sounds correct. And the body lines, they just look beautiful. And you just can't go wrong with this lines. And of course, like we all know, Corvette C7s, LS3 motor, V8, pushing around 450 horsepower, I believe, with the Z06s doing around 650 horsepower, 650 torque. So that's one beautiful thing about this. And this motor right here, it's a legendary motor. It's been in Camaro SS's, Corvettes, and Chevy has been producing LS3s for years and years, and I've heard nothing but beautiful things about them, just like this beautiful car. So it's obviously that it is a convertible, and it's a little cold right now, so definitely not going to be driving it with the top down, but I thought I'd show you guys what it looks like with the top down. And one of the interesting things about this car is in the headlamp. Of course, we all know we have the beautiful LED fixture with the LEDs, but we also have a Corvette symbol in one of the lamps right here. It might be hard to see, but there's a Corvette symbol right there. And to me, that's just a beautiful touch that Chevy had to throw in. And so, Stingray. One of the reasons why so many people think it's called the Stingray is because of the fins. But actually, those fins are only there just to pass certain regulations. But if you want to believe that it's called Stingray because of the fins, then hey, go ahead. That's you to believe in, because I surely wouldn't too. But as we step into the car, you notice that there's no handles, of course. There's a touchpad on the inside, which you put your fingers in, pull, unlocks, there we go. And as soon as you open the vehicle, you're greeted with the beautiful Corvette symbol. Now, that right there, it's already telling you you're in for a good ride. So let's go ahead and hop in and see what it sounds like. Right away, beautiful Corvette symbol. Of course, you have your RPMs in the center. Let's see if I can focus. RPMs in the center, of course. Turn this radio down. Of course, telling you which door is open. So, of course, you have your RPMs, red line about 6,500. And of course, it's telling my hood is open, but who wouldn't want the hood open when you get greeted with this beautiful Stingray? But as you can see, we have different gauge clusters. Let me go ahead and close the door. Alright, being that it's a little cold, I did go ahead and put the top down. I need to be warm, and it is a little loud outside, so I thought it'd make it a little bit easier for you guys to hear me. So, in the gauge cluster, we have, on the left we have your speedometer, goes up to 200 miles per hour. On the Z06 it goes to 220. On the right we have the gas, and to the bottom we have oil temps. So in your gauge cluster you have things like the speed limit, the engine hours lifetime, your larger miles per hour, and different things like trip. Every other car has fuel range, and it also shows you your miles per gallon. And one of the cool things about the Corvette is the cylinder deactivation. So what the cylinder deactivation is, when you put this car in eco mode, instead of being a V8, it turns into a V6. Now, I mean, not V6, V4. So 4 cylinders are active. That means only 4 cylinders out of 8 are being used in the car. And the car is smart enough to know which cylinder is being used more, so it decides which one gets activated and which one gets deactivated. To guarantee that your Corvette's going to use the correct, like each cylinder gets the right amount of, you know what I mean, the right amount of wear. But that's a lot of cool things about the interior. You're greeted with this beautiful display, and a lot of people complain about the display being slow and laggy, but to be honest, I think it works pretty well. You have your phone, goes pretty quickly, audio, get back to your audio, navigation goes pretty quick. And I've actually used this navigation quite a lot, and it's very helpful. It's quick response, easy, it tells you when you turn, things like that. So another thing that people complain about is the paddles. Shifter paddles, left, right. And some people complain about the noise they make, but to me it's not that big of a deal. When I'm going through gears, I'm not really paying attention to the sound. Also, there is a slight lag with the gears, but again, I'm not really paying that much attention to when I'm just having fun with them. So with the different modes that you have, so here's your mode selector. You have Sports, which makes the exhaust a bit louder. Touring, that's when you're going around the city, it makes the exhaust note a bit quieter. Eco, when you're the cylinder deactivation makes the car very quiet. Weather, so when it's raining, snowing, things like that, the car is ready to handle things like that. So here you have your standard your gear selector. Park, reverse. Reverse comes on, you have your reverse camera. It is a bit not, you can't really see well because of the water that I just washed the car, but of course that's very handy for when you're in tight situations. But I have learned to go without it because there was a point in time where it was not functioning correctly, and I had to do it all myself, which I didn't have a problem with because it's not that hard. With the top down, it's easy to see around you. So, blind spots. This car does have a few blind spots, as you can see with this big fixture here and this fixture here. So, I'd advise to be very careful when changing lanes as a normal person would, but just keep in mind that you do have this section blocked off from your view. But it is easier, it is not that hard to see out the back, as for one thing. But you have neutral, drive, M for manual when you want to shift with the paddles, as well as if you want to shift with paddles without engaging the M, you just grab both paddles while you're driving and you get put into manual mode. And it will go back into automatic mode if it feels as though that you're done with it. So this interior, it's pretty nice. Like, you pretty much feel like everything's centered towards the driver, and in my opinion, that's a pretty good feeling. The passenger, they have things that they can do, like their own temperature changer, but again, this Corvette is meant for the driver, not necessarily for the passenger. So it's such a fun car to have. Like, it's all centered towards you, the driver, and I think Chevy really did like pay close attention to that when they were doing that. So now that I've given you all of the inside, so I'm pretty sure you guys are curious to know what this sounds like at RPM, so I'm gonna put the camera out in the back and let you guys hear it a little bit. So hold on. One thing I did forget to mention, the beautiful taillights. How could you not love these? They're just beautiful. And Chevy's always had a thing with 4 tailpipes, and when the C7 came out, that's when they came out with the more rectangular shape, and a lot of people complained with it at first, but they started to grow on them and became a really car for everyone to love, and I truly love it. This is my favorite taillight fixture, and you have your Corvette symbol in the center. So let's hear the exhaust for a moment. Ooh, made my camera just a little bit blurry, guys. But anyways, I really hope you guys enjoyed this. It had to be kind of last minute, but I really wanted to fit it in for you guys. Maybe in the future I'll do another thing with the C7 Corvette, but until then, hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'm gonna get this beauty back home where it belongs, and I'll get some more road clips for you guys. So I'll see you guys later. Enjoy. Oh, make sure to subscribe to my channel. Check my Instagram out at PA Designs with 2 S's at the end. So take care, like, subscribe for more. I'll see you guys later. Bye. One more thing I wanted to mention before I go. I'm sorry, I know I keep saying one more thing, but this is kind of important for those who own C7s. Now, those who own C7s, we know that the doors open electronically, correct, with a button. So if the battery were to die, you'd think you'd be trapped in here, but incorrect. There is an emergency way to get out of this vehicle, and the latch is right here. If the battery were to die, pull this up, it releases the door so you can exit. And there was a fatality where an older gentleman got stuck in his Corvette, and I really wish that he had knew that, but I just want to make sure that those who own C7s know about that. So I'll catch you guys later. Bye.